Today's topic is all about trust and how this divine energy creates our world. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Law of Attraction Detox, where we detoxify from toxic techniques and instead we focus on our true nature in the present moment where all the manifestational power exists. Today's topic is all about trust and how to discover it, why it's necessary, and how it's actually a directive force in our life when we allow it. Today's topic is inspired by real life experiences. Trust to me is not something that's easily acquired when you have lived a whole life. You've lived a whole life where you have had caregivers that weren't trustworthy. You've had lovers, relationships, people have shown themselves to not be trustworthy. I'm not talking about placing trust in an external source or placing trust into people, places, things, that kind of thing. I'm talking about divinity. I'm talking about an essence, a power, a wisdom that's within, that is, once it's found and accessed within you, it overcomes any negative doubts, any fears. Okay, but the problem is that accessing it, first of all, can be difficult and tricky when you have a lot of beliefs and things that are blocking you and creating obstacles to experiencing that feeling of trust within, that experience of wholeness. And so we'll get into that in this video and how to experience that. What does that feel like so that you can start to access that more often? Because trust is like the fertile ground, and I use a lot of analogies as a hypnotherapist with my clients. I'm always using these things that our minds can kind of imagine and grasp. So when you're creating a garden, you want to prep the soil. You want fertile garden so that the plants you put in, they survive, they have nutrients, and they thrive. And any seeds that might be cast are easily rooted. And so our garden is like our subconscious mind. Our garden is like this place where when we were born, it was just this fertile ground that anything could be planted in, okay? And well, since we have imperfect humans in our life, and our parents were maybe not perfect humans, and our teachers and caregivers, we perceived life in a certain way and planted these certain seeds. And naturally, those certain plants grow certain fruits. They grow certain seeds. They grow certain ways. And maybe these plants are beneficial. These thoughts and beliefs are beneficial. Or maybe these plants are harming us. Maybe they produce fruit that's toxic. Okay, so I am never really going to suggest that people just mindlessly say affirmations. Affirmations can be helpful when you have accessed a state of inner peace, and there might be a moment where you are going astray, where you are feeling lost in the wilderness, so to speak, where you start to worry, have indecision, feel confused. And in those moments, there are things that you can say to bring yourself back. And we'll get into that as well. But I typically like to start at the root, start at the base, start at the soil building, this ineffable feeling, this trust. And it's almost as if, have you ever been in a river and you're floating in a river and it's this buoyant energy, it's this carrying you feeling. That's what trust feels like. It feels like something is carrying you. And it's like a breath. It's like an in-breath of just a sigh, a relaxation, a feeling of just ease, just flowing with life. And that can be very, very, very difficult when your life is not perfect, when you're looking out on your 3D reality and you're going, oh, fuck. Like this is going to happen. This is going to collapse. This is going to hurt me. This is going to harm me. This is going to potentially go wrong. So what I'm suggesting is that you not ignore your 3D reality, but quit giving it so much attention sometimes, and instead start painting onto your reality from a place of trust. And what plants grow in this fertile ground of trust? Naturally, thoughts and beliefs come that are like, life is always working out for me in the best and highest way. I'm a good human. I know that I'm loving. I know that I'm loved and I'm lovable. I know that I'm here for a purpose. I know I have a purpose. Even if I haven't discovered that purpose yet, I know that there is a force hidden within me that can be accessed in every moment with every breath. All I have to do is lean into myself and remind myself that I am here. I am this conscious awareness. I am not these thoughts. I am not these patterns. I am not the beliefs that I've held my whole life. What I am is that which is observing it all. And I am here, ready with loving awareness to observe my life flowing in a way that cultivates and creates more safety, more love, more joy, more fluid grace and ease. I am here as a vessel of love. I am here to express and experience the juicy expansion of life that is just emanating out from me. And everywhere I turn, in every corner I turn around, every step I take, there is another paver placed in front of me. And I know that that paver is leading me to the next best thing so that I can experience more of this love. So I can experience more of divinity and more of what we call God, the conscious awareness of life, observing life, observing life, being life. That is what I am, and I know that. And because I know that, I get to experience thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, people showing up in my life, random things that I couldn't even have dreamt would happen, good or bad. It depends on how I want to look at it. This person behaved like this. I thought that they were the one, and they ended up doing this. Instead of beating yourself up about that, what can you do in this moment to rest your nervous system? I thought this job was going to be the one. Instead of beating yourself up over it and saying, see, nothing's working, it's all failing, and planting more seeds of failure in your life, you want to look at those things as what Neville Goddard calls the bridge of incidence. This, I know, is on the path to experiencing more love. If all that I get from this experience is that I have found the divinity within me, and I have fallen in love yet again with the conscious awareness that is within me, which I call God, you call whatever you want to call it. If I have fallen in love with that again and again and again, from every experience, letting that be enough, letting that fertile ground of experience give me life breathing into me, if that can be enough without me needing extra, without me needing to have all of these things that I think I desire, then guess what? I get the intuitive hits about what I should do next. I become really decisive because I know this feels like the right thing. I sit in meditation more often, and I can feel my path unfolding, and I can tell, I don't know if this is right anymore. Even though logically it seems like I should take this right turn, I'm going to take a left turn because that's what feels right. And because my arrow is lined up with the expansion of love within me, I know that I'm going to experience more opportunities to have the grace and flow and ease. How do you stay there? How do you access that? Okay, I'll tell you how I access this. I sit and I look at the trees. I observe nature. I laugh. I find ways to entertain myself. I focus on love. And how can I love people around me, even if they're hard to love? How can I fully accept and embrace what is happening in my life right now, even though maybe it's not exactly what I think I want? How can I, just for today, be okay in my body? How can I, just for today, tend to my nervous system without feeling like I need to change something or make something drastically different so that I can feel better? How can I, just for today, soothe myself in a healthy and positive way rather than going to things that I know are bad for me? How can I, just for today, take care of myself and trust? How do I trust when up until now, nothing has gone the way I wanted, right? Well, that's where my practice of gratitude comes in. And it's not a forced thing. When I sit and I am in just a gentle awareness of the tree, and I use open eye meditation, I like to look at things. I like to observe when I'm meditating. And yeah, sometimes I like to close my eyes in prayer and meditation, and that's very powerful as well. But when you just look at the beauty of life through your eyes, through your senses, you know, if someone is even blind, they can experience their senses. They can feel, you know, they can hear, God willing. And if you can just observe that you are looking out through eyes that can see, that naturally creates this feeling and a sensation of gratitude within you. And you naturally feel that peaceful, trusting nature. That is trust. That is what trust feels like. And you feel it. You can feel yourself resting into it as if this is like a raft in a river. And it really all it is, if I try to put it down into like scientific terms, is just being here now, present in your body, fully experiencing the humanness of your body. And while you're like, probably like, Kristen, what does this have to do with manifesting my specific person, my man, woman of my dreams, or my amount of money I need, or the place that I want to live at, what does it have to do with it? It has everything to do with it. Because what you think you want and what life actually wants, it might not be the same. What you think that you deserve and desire might not be what the universe knows you deserve and desire. Let me give you an example. I don't like to talk about my life very much because I kind of like to remain private and secretive about it, because it's vulnerable. And I think if you remember, those of you who've been with me now for several months, there was this specific vehicle that I wanted to manifest in my life. And I know that I don't know what's best for me. And so I also have an idea of what I want. I want this white car. I want this certain one. But I also don't know what's best for me. So I remain open and curious to the possibility of what life has for me. And so just recently, I have acquired a white vehicle, and now it's not the one that I thought, exact model I thought it was going to be. It's even bigger and better and badder. It's like, okay, this I didn't need to even go shopping for. It literally landed in my driveway. It literally came to my driveway, and the keys were placed on my front porch for me. And now I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but this car is over double the price of what I was going to be able to afford and look at. This car is way newer than anything I ever thought I was going to be able to look at. How did that happen? I don't freaking know. Okay, let me be honest. I don't know. I didn't go around and ask for this. I wasn't putting it out there to the world. I just have been showing up in the world as a good human, doing good things, doing acts of service, serving God. This is my path for me. Maybe this is your path as well, that I serve God, I serve humanity, and then I serve myself last. And myself means like my ego. Okay, the ego is always last, because once those other things are fed and taken care of and served, then the ego is really, it's not even there. There's not even a speck of it. So putting myself in that flow of love, it has created something that I couldn't have even forced to come. I didn't need to do affirmations. And to be honest, what just happened? I knew that was going to happen. I knew I was going to get a car. I really kind of wanted the white, but I even was like, I don't care if it's not white, whatever. It's just, I want the one that's perfect for me. I want the perfect man for me. I want the perfect home for me. I want the perfect place to live for me. I want the perfect car for me. I want the perfect health for me. I want the perfect dog for me, who is in her whiny stage right now. It's everything I just want is what I want the Creator to want for me. Because I am the creator, yes, but my ego and my mind, it is way too limited to understand. So just a few days ago, I'll tell you a little tiny technique that I did, and I don't even know if that had anything to do with it. I just kind of vaguely, for like 15 seconds, imagined as I was lying in bed, the car, sitting in it, smell of new car kind of smell, kind of like, I knew I'd be up a little bit higher because it was going to have like 4-wheel drive, so I'd be able to go, okay. And then maybe one time I got in my car and I kind of imagined like, oh yeah, I'm going to be stepping into this nice car, That was it. The rest of it was all just me in my fertile ground of trust, being a good human and doing my best to stay present in this life. That's it. If you want help with this, I am here. I offer hypnotherapy. I have these Powerhouse 3-pack that literally will transform your life. I have not had anybody tell me that they haven't received immense, amazing blessings from doing this work with me. So sign up. You get a free 15-minute consult to see if this is right for you. Go to my website, check it out. Remember, I love you. You're amazing. You're worthy. You're deserving. You are here on this planet for a reason. You have a purpose. Maybe you are confused. Maybe you're feeling doubtful right now. Maybe you're feeling afraid and worried, and that's okay. Just accept yourself right now in this moment. That's okay. Just allow yourself to feel and love yourself through it, and everything will just get better. Okay? I trust. I trust. I trust. I trust. Mwah.